Hey everybody! Welcome to the Unpossible. I will be your guide, Mr. Shrigus, and today we're going over a new Overwatch hero concept. Let's check it out. This is Jackrabbit. She's a junker who stole hardlight technology from the Vishkar Corporation. Let's start with her passive. Her passive's called Parkour. After running forward for 3 seconds, you enter into a Parkour mode. You gain 50% movement speed, 100% jump height, and 100% gravity increase, which means that you fall faster. You gain the ability to wall cling and bounce off again. You can wall cling for up to 3 seconds, and the angle that you can hop off at is dictated by the placement of your crosshair. You can't shoot during this mode, but you can use your other abilities to end it. This ability will last until you stop, such as manually canceling, not continuing to go forward similar to Soldier's Run, starting to fire, getting hacked, or getting stunned. In addition to this, she also has a second passive that says movement hampering effects will last half as long. This means McCree's Stun, or Earth Shatter, or Freeze, their durations will be halved. But things like Anti-Heal or EMP, they're not going to be affected. In addition to this, while she has Parkour on, you can press Control to somersault. Doing this will cause Jackrabbit to roll forward. Upon colliding with a player or a wall, she'll deal 30 damage and jump backwards and up. This ends Parkour mode. This has a cooldown of 5 seconds. Her primary fire is Boomerang. You throw out a boomerang that goes out 20 meters and comes back after spinning for 1 second. When it goes out, it deals 60 damage, and on the return it does 60 damage. It can also spin in place. It does this for 30 DPS to anyone touching it. The return of the boomerang can go through walls, but the initial throw cannot. Boomerangs move at 50 meters per second. You can have up to 2 boomerangs out, but you can only throw another one when they come back, or if they're broken. Broken boomerangs regenerate after 4 seconds. This has an ammo pool of 2. For your secondary fire, it's your Boomerang Alternate fire. Throw one of your boomerangs so that it curves in the direction of your crosshair the longer that the button is held. So you change the angle that you throw it at, depending on how far away you move your crosshair from the initial throw. It does the same 60 damage, but loses the spin. This attack can go through walls. The ammo is linked to primary fire. For her first ability, her shift, it's bolas. Throw out a pair of bolas that will trap an enemy upon contact for 2 seconds. This does 50 damage. The bolas move at 50 meters per second and have gravity. This is basically a Junkrat trap, but if you could use it at any time like Sleep Dart, but it doesn't last as long. This has a cooldown of 12 seconds. For your second ability, we have Scrap Caltrops. Throw a projectile that scatters caltrops out in an area around where it landed. These caltrops will damage any enemy player, but only if they're moving. This doesn't affect floating heroes. The caltrops do 75 damage per second to moving enemies. It has a 4-meter radius. It has a cooldown of 12 seconds. Then we have her ultimate, Hyper Jump. Jackrabbit jumps forward and up similar to Winston's jump pack, dealing 125 damage when she lands. She then jumps up and down 4 times, dealing 75 damage upon each landing, each jump getting faster and faster. The initial jump moves at 35 meters per second, and every consecutive jump takes 1 second, 3/4 of a second, 1/2 of a second, and finally 1/4 of a second before she lands down again. She can still move, but her movement speed is reduced to 30%. After the last jump, she has the option to hold space, and by doing so, she'll be launched up in the air. It is an ultimate cost of 1,890. Well, there's my hero concept. I hope you guys liked it. I tried to come up with something unique, and I thought a junker who stole Vishkar technology was pretty cool because they sort of clash. I have been trying to come up with some storylines to back up my characters, but they're probably not going to be released anytime soon. I want to put them into a form similar to the Overwatch releases, whenever they have those little cinematics, but I'll get around to them whenever I do. Came out with a damage character, so because I didn't want to have 3 supports in a row. I always make supports. Like every single person I have, oh, this person could heal, and then they'd be a support. And I don't want to do that anymore. I need damage and tank characters. So next character might be a tank, might be a support, who knows? Probably not another damage. So thank you everybody for joining me, and remember, the unpossibilities are endless.